The F-150 is no longer America's best-selling vehicle. Full-time RVers in South Dakota may soon face new residency restrictions, and Yosemite's planned reservation system is now on hold following changes in Washington. Plus, an increase in Arizona state park fees, all that and more coming up. I'm Jason Epperson, and it's time for the latest in RV and camping news. Welcome back again, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. We're so glad to have you back each and every week. It's been a rough week for Ford as the automaker faces a string of negative headlines. First, the F-150's 42-year streak as America's best-selling vehicle is over. The Toyota RAV4 was the best-selling individual model in 2024, knocking the F-150 from the top spot. While F-150 sales dropped 5%, RAV4 registrations increased by 9%, signaling a shift in consumer demand. Then in Ford's quarterly earnings report, the company posted decent numbers, but its outlook remains uncertain. Ford CEO Jim Farley admitted that the company's EV strategy isn't working, particularly when it comes to electrifying larger vehicles. Instead, the company's focusing on smaller and mid-sized trucks instead of the bigger vehicles like the F-150 Lightning. Ford is pushing back the next generation of the Lightning to 2027 rather than launching it this year as originally planned. Adding to the troubles, Ford is recalling 72,000 vehicles due to a rear view camera defect affecting several models, including 2021 and 2022 Super Duty trucks. The issue causes intermittent or complete loss of camera image, and so far Ford hasn't identified really what's causing the problem or a fix for it. And in Texas, thefts of taillights from F-250 and F-350 trucks are on the rise, I assume across the nation as well, but Texas law enforcement is raising the alarm on this. According to Motor One, thieves are targeting these models because taillights are easily accessible and they are valuable, costing between $4,500 and $6,500 to replace. Ford stock has dropped 28% over the past year, even as the wider market is up 15 to 20%. All in all, it's not been the best news cycle for the Blue Oval. More in a moment, but first, this video is sponsored by our friends over at RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding, which is a website where you can go to get all sorts of different sizes of mattresses from a real mattress manufacturer, Brooklyn Bedding, that makes them in different sizes to fit RVs. RV manufacturers put all kinds of odd size mattresses from the Camper King to the Short King and Queen to different bunk sizes and more in RVs. And RVmattress.com is a place where you can get many different sizes, different thicknesses if you've got a slide that closes over the top of your mattress or something like that. And you can get different firmnesses and different qualities of mattresses. They have their base model, they have their signature hybrid, and they have their Titan model, which is for folks like me that may need a little extra support. Their mattresses are made in their factory in Arizona, vacuum sealed, shipped to you wherever you are in the country. You unroll them, let them expand, and you're off to the races. They've got a 120-night sleep trial. Their mattresses are toxin-free as well. Head over to rvmattress.com/rvmiles and use the code RVMiles at checkout to get 30% off, which is the best deal they offer. 30% off at rvmattress.com/rvmiles with code RVMiles at checkout. A pair of bills moving through the South Dakota legislature could impact full-time RVers who use the state as their legal domicile for voting and driver's licenses. According to a notice from America's Mailbox, a company that provides mail forwarding and residency services, HB 1066 and HB 1208 seek to tighten residency requirements, making it harder for RVers to maintain legal South Dakota residency. This isn't the first time South Dakota has attempted to limit the ability for full-time RVers to reside in the state, which is a very popular state for that purpose, since you currently only have to stay one night in the state and there's no income tax and driver's license renewals are 5 years apart. The proposed bills would require residents to physically live and usually sleep at their addresses for at least 30 consecutive days in order to vote in the state, a requirement that full-time travelers cannot meet. And these bills are aimed primarily at voting. America's Mailbox says, though, that the laws could affect South Dakota driver's license renewals and the ability to make the state your domicile. America's Mailbox is urging its customers to contact legislators and oppose the bills, arguing that they would effectively disenfranchise traveling South Dakota residents. Yosemite National Park has paused plans to implement a permanent timed entry reservation system, awaiting guidance from the new Trump administration and Interior Secretary Doug Burgum. The reservation system, initially introduced during the COVID-19 pandemic to manage crowding, was set to become permanent this year. However, with the recent administrative changes, park officials are holding off on finalizing the plan until they receive further direction from federal authorities. While many visitors appreciated the reduced congestion, some criticized the system for being inconvenient, especially for those unable to plan visits in advance. Local businesses also expressed concerns about potential declines in visitor numbers due to the reservation requirement. Yosemite officials had planned to implement the reservation system from April through October. The website now states, quote, Yosemite National Park anticipates sharing details about this year's reservation system early in 2025. We recognize the importance of providing clarity on that system as soon as possible to accommodate peak summer season travel planning. We are grateful for the robust public engagement in this process to shape an improved and sustainable visitor experience. Cave tours at Wind Cave National Park resumed Tuesday, January 28th, after the completion of a year-long project to replace and modernize the cave's elevator system. During the construction project, which began last January, both cabs were replaced, improvements were made to the shaft, and a new lift system was installed. Quote, we're very pleased with the completion of this project, said Acting Superintendent Milton Haar. It's been a long wait since we stopped tours last May, and we're looking forward to resuming tours through the world's 7th longest cave. Tickets can be reserved up to 3 days in advance by visiting recreation.gov. Starting February 25th, visitors to Arizona state parks will see higher entrance, camping, and tour fees statewide. According to Arizona State Parks, the fee increases are intended to support park operations, including improvements, staffing, and amenities. Here's what to expect. The new annual pass will cost $200 and will include entry to all state parks with no restrictions. This replaces the previous $75 standard pass, which had some restrictions, and the $200 premium pass. Essentially, they just did away with that $75 pass, and now your only option is the $200 premium pass. The pass covers entry for up to 4 adults and a single vehicle for 1 year. Campsites will now range between $25 per night for rustic sites to $75 for the few full hookup sites in the state. Previously, camping fees ranged from $15 to $50 per night. Day use fees are currently between $2 and $30 per person. The new range is $10 to $30 per adult, depending on the park location and seasonality. Arizona State Parks officials say the increases will help maintain and improve the parks, ensuring continued access and quality experiences for visitors. T-Mobile has announced it will launch its satellite-to-cell service powered by SpaceX's Starlink in July for $15 a month. The initiative aims to eliminate mobile dead zones, providing connectivity in remote areas where traditional cell towers can't reach, which is an estimated 500,000 square miles in the U.S. The carrier has already begun a wide-scale beta trial offering free access until launch to T-Mobile subscribers. Once officially rolled out in July, the service will be included at no extra cost for Go 5G Next Plan subscribers. Other customers participating in the trial will receive a 33% discount when the service becomes commercially available, essentially $10 a month if you buy it in advance. T-Mobile is offering this service, though, to all wireless users, including those on AT&T and Verizon, without requiring them to switch networks. So that's really interesting. The beta version of the service will initially only support text messaging, with voice and data capabilities coming later. But the idea here is really to help you out in an emergency situation and to give you some connectivity to tell people where you are, you're out in a trailhead, whatever it might be. During the Super Bowl announcement, T-Mobile emphasized that the service is compatible with most smartphones from the past 4 years. The Escapees Escapade is just around the corner, March 16th through the 21st in Tucson, Arizona at the Pima County Fairgrounds. Escapees is one of the 2 largest RV social organizations in the country, and their Escapade is their annual 5-day mega rally packed with a wide variety of seminars, social gatherings, nightly entertainment, and more. This isn't an ad or anything, but they reached out and asked if I'd get the info out to you and an offer. The RV Miles audience gets a $25 discount. If you click the link in the description to register, that discount will be automatically applied. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. If you like what we do here, consider becoming a Mile Marker member. It's our paid support community. It's $7 a month or $70 a year, and you get extra podcasts from Abby and I and more, plus a newsletter each week that I call On Ramp that is all these stories, plus a lot more stories that I don't have the ability or time to cover in here from around the web. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Hit the like button if you got something out of this video. Subscribe if you want more like it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.